is December 12th and we are painting the Bonin Honey Eater. Am I saying that right? I'm not sure. Okay, so my hot press paper just arrived yesterday. I thought it was a pretty good deal. I'm gonna hope and pray that it actually is good value for money. Let me just pull you guys up to see who's here. So this was 50 sheets for, I think it came to $25 Canadian, which I think is pretty good. So I'm gonna start sketching in this one now and see if it works out. New timeout lengths. You can now put people in timeout for different lengths ranging from 10 seconds to 24 hours. That's different. I got that on the chat just now. I'm looking at the screen. Good morning, Julie. How are you? So we're doing the Bonin Honey Eater, and I can show you who I'm going to do for my portrait. I am going to use a picture from Sketchy of Dylan Sarah. I thought that would be a good one day. And this is the Bonin because it's the only one that I found that was a good photo in the right position. So I apologize to www. I can't read that backwards because I flipped the image. So, but there is on the Padlet, there's lots of images of the Bonin Honey Eater. All right, let's get started with this. Hi, Tash. On time. Yeah, apparently you can put people on timeout in the chats. So I guess if they're saying things that you don't want them to say, you can put them in timeout. Hi, Louisa. Hi, Meryl. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Lou. Good morning. Hi, Janan. And C is here. And I have my coffee that I just made. This is coffee number 2. My head is just, I have a lot going on right now. Not like a lot, but a lot of ideas for next year. Things that have changed a lot. We were going to do Around the World with Shar, but I've completely switched it because I think this is a good year to come into self-reflection and celebration of your family and what you love to paint and what you love to do and where you've been and celebrating that. So that's pretty much what I'm going to be working on in the mornings, and you can join me. It'll be month to month, different mediums, different subjects, different things to look at, but really looking at, I think it'll be a really lovely gift for, you know, generations to come. So that's what we're doing. Louisa says, crikey, was cleaning the house completely disorganized. Oh yeah, I've got to do that too. Julie says, do we get chores as well? The chores. Louisa says, someone still needs to mop the floors here. Yeah, I'm not doing chores right now, but I'm gonna try this new paper and see if I like it. It's I thought it was great. So this paper that I got in England, this was the original one that I've been using for the portraits that I've been doing daily. It feels very similar. This one was 16 pounds, so it was around $22, and I only got 12 sheets, so fingers crossed that I like this one. All right, and I probably could take it off the pad because it's a little bit raised, but I'm just gonna leave it on right now. It's very flat, and it's the same weight as the other one as well. Hello, Martina. Hi, Amy. All right, so we have Dylan Sarah today for my subject matter. If you would like to be a subject and you would like your profile painted, please do go to Sketchy and go to Sketchy or the museum app and put your face on there in profile, and maybe you will be added to my series. Just doing a really quick sketch of shapes. If you're joining my workshop tomorrow, I recorded a little video this morning of what I'll be bringing, and I will add that to the reminder email that's going to go out to anybody who is doing the workshop. I may also pop it in Patreon so that you get it there. I can show you a little bit now of what I have with me for tomorrow, which will basically be scissors, glue, and magazines and scrap papers that I have been just, you know, throwing into a drawer. So it's something that everybody has, and if you just want to come and paint landscapes, you can do that too. If you're not really a collage artist and you want to join just to listen in on the workshop, that's fine too. You don't have to show your work at the end. We just have a lovely relaxing time in our workshops. What are you all working on, and who are you working on? This is not really how I work usually, but I'm trying to get the likeness of these portraits, so sometimes it's needed. I know that something is not quite right here, so I'm double checking, correcting. It's really about spacing a lot of times. And I think because he has this big beard, I didn't tell Dylan that I was going to draw him. I'm sure he's fine with it, because, you know, he put the image there, so I'm sure he's fine with it. It'll be a nice surprise. I have a feeling we may be getting snow today. It was so cold yesterday here, like just super ridiculous. Not minus 25. I'm sure Tammy in Alberta is feeling the cold already, and I'm sure she's got snow. I haven't spoken to Tammy for a while, but oh, and Tammy, I have to get back to you on your message that you sent me the other day. I was just on my way out, and then I completely forgot to message you about the boy on the horse. That's if you're listening now. I know sometimes people don't get to the early morning. Okay, I feel like I've made his face bigger than I should have, because I know now it has to come right back here, but the bird is going to sit right here. So I have the bird, and it's going to sit like on the side and grab onto his hair up here. My daughter is performing today with her dance team from school. They go to, they're called the feeder schools for the high school. So they're going to do performances today, so I can hear her. She's up and getting ready for that. I wish I was a little fly on the wall so that I could see them, but unfortunately I'm not going to be able to see them dance until April. So this is the Bonin or Bonin honey eater. You guys are very quiet today. Can you still see me drawing? All right, that fit in just fine. Maybe I will put, can I put a leg, a foot on his ear maybe? Is that going to be weird? And one up here. Let's see. His ear can come up a little bit anyway. I may not be able to get his man bun in. I had plans on sketching and drawing him out so that you could see the end part of when I do these portraits. It's actually very nice to draw on this paper. But yeah, I didn't get around to that. So I will try maybe tomorrow to have it sketched and blocked in so that you can see the process I go through after, usually in the morning when I leave you all, when I come back and finish these off. Oh, you know what? It may just work out. I'm going to get a little bit of his bun thing in. Bun thing. Sorry, Dylan. I had plans on creating these little mini portraits, and that just didn't happen. I don't think I'm a miniature person. Just not me. All right. I think his head needs to be a little bit higher up here. And I feel like this angle is way too angular. Angulated. Louisa says, still trying to find a reference pic. And Janan says, yes, I can see. Louisa says, probably should just work on yesterday's half-finished piece instead. I mean, you could, or you could start today's and finish them both later. That's also a possibility. Just getting some of these marks away, the ones that I don't need. So I'm going to be working from a black and white photo. I know the skin coloring of Dylan because I've watched him long enough. So I'm going to go from memory for that. And we'll see how it turns out. What have we got? 40 minutes to finish this. That's not going to happen, but it's a good start, right? Okay. Good morning, Jen. How are you? Do you want to do a live with me this week sometime? I'm missing my stories. I'm missing my stories, and we can talk a little about what's going to happen next year. I think you will be really up for it. I have 2 books that I'm going to be using as reference and idea sources. I have this one, To Our Children's Children. It's a beautiful book filled with questions, prompts. It's for writing ideally, but I'm going to use it for imagery. And then this one is Your Story is Your Power. And this one has some beautiful, beautiful quotes in it. So I am going to be looking through this as well. And the whole year is going to be called Your Story 2024. And I'm really excited about it. So I hope you guys are going to be excited as well to dive into your stories and focus and give yourself that hour in the morning to focus on it. I think it will be really special. If you don't want to do it, you can do your own thing for the whole year, but this is what my plan is. Okay. I've done his portrait bigger than I have even in here, but if I zoom in a little bit, we can see how close I am. I think his nose is a little bit different. I'm looking at it now. It has a little bit more of a little bit of a hook there. All right, we're gonna get painting. Let's get painting. Jen says, I am too. Let me get in touch with you in the next day or two. Pressing architectural deadlines. That's fine. And Jen says, those books look really great. I like hanging out with you for the whole year. Oh, good. I'm so pleased. We'll be going into our 4th year. So that'll be kind of crazy. And I think we need to really give ourselves this gift of celebrating our families and friends and our lives around us. Can you imagine like what kind of beautiful imagery we can all pull together for your own, like for your families? I think it'll be beautiful. Okay, let's get painting. I'm going to take a new sheet. No, I'm going to use this sheet for the background because I have lots of paint left on here. So really I just need to see where my big brush is. Just lift, and I think I'm going to go with a blue background. I'd love it to be a little bit heavier. Maybe I have to do two layers. Because Dylan's skin is quite fair, I I could go quite dark with the background, I think. Going a little bit further in than his beard, because then I can put the beard over the top. I liked my first portrait where I did it a little bit darker at the bottom here and then went into a lighter tone. So I may try and do that a little bit here with this one. Okay. Well, I mean, I have to stick with this paper, but it is buckling more than the De La Roni. I just saw the buckle. But you know what? It's okay, because I know that it'll flatten out once it's dry. So I just have to get the basic, I think because I'm using quite wet gouache as well. But I think I just have to get the basic shapes down and put on here. So everybody, I'm using new paper. If you weren't here right at the beginning, I just got delivered yesterday a big pad of hot press paper, and it's Fabriano, but I don't think it's not the, you know, the really good stuff, because one, that wasn't going to come until the 23rd, I think. So I was like, well, I need something. So we'll see. We will see. Okay, I'm gonna get his skin tones on, and I have a lot of color on here, so I don't think I need to take a new piece. I'll just add some lighter colors and mix some up. Okay, the bird needs to be yellow for sure, so I'm going to just mix up some brighter yellow here. Get that on. Even though I'm using gouache, I still like to make sure that I get those bright colors, because I think they're lost. If you don't get them at first, you do kind of lose them and they become a little bit dull. So trying to get those on first. And I have a lot of colors on here that I can just pick up and use. That's the beauty of gouache, is that you can just reactivate it like watercolor. think it was Julie who said, gouache is basically like, it's watercolor with white, a little white, or a little bit of opacity in it. Martina says, I ordered the Langton hot press paper. That's the same one as this, right? Oh no, the Langton. Oh, you ordered this one. Okay, you will love this one, Martina. You will love this one. Sarah says, will the 2024 theme only apply to monthly calendar or to Patreon meets too? We are just going to do monthly calendar Monday to Friday next year. I'm not doing weekends, so the Patreon meets will be very different. And Patricia says, hola, I'm in the car on our way to Madrid. Woohoo! Yay, you can do some mornings with me too, Patty. Louisa says, oh, fun, Patricia Beck. And she says, I'm sitting on my couch in Barcelona. Yeah, Sarah, we'll keep the meets for Patreon will be very different, and you know, we'll be doing different things together, just like we have done this year. So it will feel very different to our mornings. But in the morning, like, don't be I don't, you know, even though the theme is going to be family, I mean, there's still a lot of travel that goes on with that. So I've broken it down to places, people, objects, textures, patterns, like for the weekly to-dos, like throughout the week. So each day it will be focused more on, you know, where you've been, or a place, or a memory, and we'll still have the Padlet that we can share other people's images, because maybe you don't have something that you want to do, but you just want to follow along and see how I'm doing it. So even though there is a theme, it doesn't necessarily, like, you'll still be learning because you'll see the image if you're a Patreon. So that, I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah. Gotta go. Bye, Jen. Bye, Jen. I'm not going anywhere, but Jen is going somewhere. So, yeah, Patty, if you, I don't know if you haven't really been around to hear, but maybe you've listened. So the theme of traveling the world and doing a country every week, I just thought it was going to be too crazy, and also because I've got virtual art retreats still happening, so I changed it to it's going to be called Your Story with Shar, and everybody can celebrate their stories. I think we'll have a little Patreon meet where we discuss it a little bit further, but I will be putting that together throughout this week so that you can see the guideline and the outline of it. Because, you know, we all have a billion images on our camera rolls, and we also have things that have been passed down to us from other family members in the past. So I think it's nice to celebrate that as well. Not just what you have, but also, you know, maybe you have a set of cutlery that has been passed down to you, or a piece of fabric or dress, or, and it can be, we can use it in many different ways. So it doesn't have to necessarily just be a still life study. Maybe you want to do something with the fabric, or maybe a cup can be used in a still life by putting flowers into it. So, you know, we can be creative in that way as well. And if I'm completely like losing you, don't worry. It'll be clearer as we go. in my head it's very clear, because I feel like I need to celebrate what we have and what we've been given, and not take it for granted. And we have that time in the morning. We have the hour in the morning where we can all get together and work on something like that. We've had 4 years, some of us, or 3 years, some of us, where we've been together, you know, doing something daily. So we know that we can do it. So if you really want to do something and dedicate your year to something really special, then I think this is the year. All right. Again, I've made him too dark. Okay, so I will look at that in a minute. So I'm just blocking everything in so that everything dries, so that I have a coat to work with. I'm going to darken his hair. Just lifting some of the gouache that's on my palette. It's just the undertone. I know that his beard is much darker than this. If you're just joining, we are drawing Dylan Sarah today, or I am drawing Dylan Sarah today, with the Bonin Honey Eater. And I'm just getting a layer of paint on everything so that I can go in with a little bit thicker gouache. Let's make this eye, the shadow of the eye, a little bit warmer. Oh, I missed a whole bunch of chat. We passed by Barcelona about 1.5 hours ago. We just passed Zaragoza. It's pretty cool what you're doing with your bird, Shah. Ah, thank you. I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it. It's it makes me remember what I love about doing a series of something, like just bring it together. It's funny because Christina, she messaged, she said, so I would love to buy them, but can't right now. And she said that she said, I think they should all stay together. Well, anybody out there who wants to buy all of them, fantastic. Or if you know any art collectors that would like to buy all of them, that's great. I need to pay for university and for dance, so that's why I'm having a studio sale. And some of you have seen that the studio sale has already started. I haven't advertised on Instagram yet, or any other social media platforms other than my subscribed newsletter lovelies. So yeah, They are up for sale, and I'm going to be adding finally some other artwork for sale too, because you know I can't have it sitting in my drawers forever, so that's why I'm needing to sell some of it, and also to make some money from what I do, because that was my goal initially, and I haven't been very good at doing that other than teaching, but it's a little bit different. Anyway, so if anyone knows any art collectors, you know, maybe share some stories when they come out. That would be fantastic. I'm frozen again? No, I'm not frozen. Am I frozen? C says frozen. Thank you, Louisa. And Patricia says she's driving from Antibes. We stayed the night at Perpignan. And Janan says, have to run, cannot wait to see this piece finished. I know Dylan will be surprised. Hello, Jahanzeb. How are you? Hey, always nice to see your live sessions. Nice of you to join. We are drawing Dylan and the Bonin Honey Eater today. I think, did I put something in from Wikipedia about the Bonin Honey Eater? I can't remember. Dylan usually wears black tops, but I think I'm just going to make it like a dark gray. I'm sure he has other color tops too. Let's just put it actually dark, like a dark blue, and then I will add something to it. And then I'm going to put a pattern on the back behind him. Oh, Amy says it's fine. See, are you still frozen? We're not frozen so much. Okay. I did. Hang on, I'm going to just wet that little piece of blue because I'd like to use that for the background. Let's move it over to the pink here and try and create a darker tone. Doesn't help that I've got white right next to it. Need to get the background in first. 20 minutes. So it's taken us, I mean I talked for a lot of the morning, but it's taken us a good half an hour to get to this point. I used to be a lot quicker. I think it's gouache. I really do think it's gouache. Because if I was to now go over with mixed media, it would probably be finished in 10 minutes, but I'm not going to do that, so. I'm really actually enjoying gouache, like just working with gouache. Okay, I don't think this is dark enough, so I'm going to put a little bit more of the pink, the magenta, and also I have a cobalt blue instead of a primary. I'm going to mix those to make a beautiful purple. and add a tiny touch of yellow to it to get a nice brown. And then some water. And I'm going to make a pattern. If you haven't signed up for my pattern workshop, that is next Wednesday. And just a reminder that tomorrow's workshop is also happening at 10 a.m. Eastern. So don't miss it. If you are signed up, if you're not signed up and you want to sign up, you still can. I will put the link in. Actually, you can go to my Substack newsletter. I think there's a link to that. Or if you're a Patreon, or if you want to just sign up for all of them together, you can do that too. If you've missed them, you can get the replays. Actually, this would be a really good color for his beard, so I may, and his hair. So I may just add a little bit more of yellow into it. These two are a little bit close together. I'm not sure what happened there. Okay, let's do that. Just add a tiny little bit more yellow to this. See how much darker it is, and then I can go in with more of a bluey brown tone on top of this. Again, this will probably take me another 2.5 hours to finish, because that's what, well, they're all taking approximately 3 to 4 hours to finish, like to complete, which is much longer than I'm used to. Some of them took even longer than that. I was working during the day and in the evening. I know, that doesn't sound very long sometimes for some of you, but it is quite long for me. Plus, you've got to take into account finding the, it's not always easy finding the subject matter, as you know. Back again, C is back again. Publish a book of these before selling. I've taken some good photos, and I can clean them up on my computer. But yes, thank you. I don't know if I have time to publish a book. You know, us artists, we're not great at getting all these things done. Well, some people aren't. Some people are very good at getting all these things done. I find it quite overwhelming to get a lot of things done that I want to get done. I don't know about you guys. I think you almost need a team, which is why probably having an agent is a great idea sometimes, because they do a lot of that work for you. Yes, they take a cut, but they're the ones that are pushing. Or I guess it's the publisher, isn't it? Once you find a publisher, then that does help. Okay. Just going to get more purple back here. The hair I will do a little bit later, and now I can go in with some of the colors on his hair. I haven't finished the background either because that's a really simple background. Dylan has like very blue eyes, piercing. And if I've got any blue on my palette here that's not messy. Probably make it a little bluer. I'll have to get some blue. Bye, Julie. Have a great day. You too. Has everybody finished their honey, the honey eater? Okay. Yes, no, no, yes. Just going to block in this another shade. No and no. Martina's like, no, I have not finished. Nowhere near, probably. Yeah, they take their time. Or it takes its time. Okay. Let's just look at brightening some areas up before I go ahead with everything. My goodness, I only have 10 minutes left. It's crazy. Get the right angle of the features. See, working with a black and white photo is fine, but you don't have all those the little flecks of light that bring in color. Like, for example, when I did this portrait, I could see all these colors, so that's why I brought them in. So I may have to find a color image of Dylan so that I can have a look at all the skin tones that he has in his skin. I think that's important. So even though working from a black and white is great for your value studies, I know that there's a lot more color that I can pull into this portrait. So, and working with clean water would also be very helpful. So let's get a little bit of pink in here as well. Get some warmer tones in. So I feel like there is slight change, and also because his hair is very short, you can see his skull underneath. So I have to be aware of that it's not just brown. So I'm going to bring in some skin tone underneath his hair as well. So instead of having brown underneath the nose, I know it's probably more of a warm orangey tone, or that's what I'm going to go with. And then also here, it's probably not brown. Maybe I should take this color. This is kind of a pretty color. I can take this and put it in the background because I haven't finished the back yet. Oh, that was a little heavy. A little heavy on the hand there. Actually, I like that orange, so maybe I'll take that orange, add a little bit of the red. Yeah, definitely overcrowded this area. Louisa says I didn't even get a pencil out. Louisa, what happened? If you haven't signed up for the workshop, not just tomorrow, but your last chance is today to sign up for tomorrow. But for Saturday's workshop that I'm doing with Beth, it's about complex scenes and how to tackle them. And I know a lot of you have done many of my classes, and we do that, but if you've never done one of my classes and you want to come to the workshop, you can come for, well, it's not really for free, but if you're a Patreon, you can come for free. And if you are a subscriber, a paid subscriber of mine or Beth, then you will get an invite as well to that. So there are different ways you can join, but you do have to register before Saturday for that. And I think you'll enjoy it. I'm going to be tackling a few different scenes. And having a lot of fun with it, of course. Yeah, something happened over here that's not very good. So I think I need to definitely take a peek at Dylan's skin color and fix that. So I'll be doing that during the day some point. I have to go grocery shopping, not really enjoying the fact that I've got to go grocery shopping. But I would rather do it today than later on in the week. The weekends always get really crazy here, especially leading up to Christmas, so I think today is probably the best bet to do my groceries. Not sure about that pattern. I think I've kind of gone over it too much, so I may add something different to it. And the bird I really haven't touched much. So much for birds in December. I'm really sorry that I'm not focusing more on painting of the birds in the morning, but it's kind of like I'm going through everything. But yeah, I know that the focus should be on the birds. I do get to the birds eventually during the day. That's a little bit darker. Yeah, I think I want these centers to be dark. Oh my goodness, it's time. I've run over time. Thank you so much for joining, everybody. I'm sorry, I was kind of like focusing so much on this that we didn't get to chat too much. When is your thing with Beth? It is at 9 a.m. Eastern on Saturday morning. Yes. So I will be posting a link with more details on that. And maybe I do need to have this one a little bit lighter. See, this is where things, you know, change a little bit. I know that the beard has to be dark, but if I don't put this lighter, then the beard doesn't show up. Unless maybe it will if I go really dark with the beard. Anyway, thanks for joining, everybody. I will make sure that I link lots of things in stories today, so be looking out for them. If you want to join us at the weekend in Beth's, or if you want to join tomorrow in my workshop. And yeah, have a great day, everyone. Bye.